Hey guys, I'm just gonna be here and just talk. Um, After finding out what happened Tuesday night, Wednesday early morning, I've just been in a pissy mood because of Donald Trump quote unquote winning. And the reason why I say quote unquote winning the election is because you see the voting, correct? And you see under Donald Trump's picture, 47.5 votes went to him. Look, and you look under Hillary Clinton, 47.6 votes went to her. So there's a point 0.1 difference. But if you look at it as in population numbers, 59,025,041 people voted for Trump. That's understandable. 59,154,489 people voted for Hillary. So please explain to me how the fuck did this Oompa Loompa racist sex offending bastard win the fucking election if if you have people voting to see who they want to become president, okay? And there's another picture I saw on Facebook that had the same numbers. It didn't have the percentages or the how who voted for who. It had the popularity vote and it had um something else. So the same numbers, 59.0 million people voting for Trump, 59.2 people voting for Hillary Clinton. And it said that Hillary Clinton won the popularity vote, and there's proof right here, but the system elected Donald Trump. And the system makes people believe that their votes count. Let me tell you something right now. And this is reason why that I don't vote. Not because I think it's a waste of my time. And it is, because that's my opinion. But it has been proven that Americans' votes don't count. It's been said multiple times that your vote does not count. And this proves it. If this does not prove it, then I don't know what life is anymore. Because 47.6 votes went to Clinton, but the system wanted Donald Trump as president. Do you know how fucked up that is? Do you not understand that for the next 4 years that America is fucked? The man is not even in office yet, and the stock market has it has gone down. The day or the night that it might have been the night or it might have been the next day, but whatever. As soon as investors, companies have heard that Donald Trump was president, the stock exchange went down 800 points. The man is not even in office yet, and he's talking about getting rid of Social Security for elderly people. And if you're one of those people that believe everything that comes out of this pussy's mouth, then you need some help. You need to go to therapy. You need to be strapped up and put in a psychiatric ward. Because the night that Trump was elected, or quote unquote won the election, America went into a shithole. Muslims aren't safe. Black people aren't safe. Anybody that is some other type of nationality other than American. And let me tell you something right now. I don't give a fuck where you're born. I don't give a fuck what your nationality is. There is no such thing as 100% American. You know what 100% a quote unquote American is? If you're a 100% Indian. Because the Indians were the one that had this land before everything was taken from them. And they were killed. So it does not matter if your mother is black and your dad is quote unquote Caucasian, because there's no such thing as Caucasian unless you live in fucking Europe. Because even then you're still considered European. Just because that you were born in America does not make you quote unquote American, because you have other nationalities inside your blood. Let's just use an example. I know somebody that just recently got married, and her wife is half Puerto Rican, half Italian. Yes, she was born in America, but let me tell you something right now. Her dad is Italian. Her mother is Puerto Rican. It does not matter if you were born in America. You still have the nationalities of what your parents are. So I don't want to hear you people say, "Oh, if your parents are this and this, you're 1/3 of what they are because you were born in America." No, you are half of your parents. She's half Puerto Rican. She's half Italian. And she's always said that. She's had multiple people say, "Oh no, you're 1/3 Puerto Rican, 1/3 Italian, 1/3 American." No, fuck that shit. Let's use me in an example. My whole family line, we're all Puerto Ricans. You may not tell from my voice. You may not tell by looking at me because my skin is so light. I may not be as tan as Puerto Ricans would normally look, but I'm still Puerto Rican. I do not consider myself American, even though I was born here. I was born and raised here, yes. But you know what? I consider myself Puerto Rican more than I consider myself American. I do not want to be part of this country. Yes, I'm living here, but that doesn't mean that I have to. I'm choosing to. This man, in a matter of hours, in a matter of days, has fucked over America. Canada opened its borders to people who do not want to live in America anymore because this racist bastard was elected president. Some people moved back to Mexico. Some people moved to Canada. Some people moved to Hawaii. Some people moved far away, whatever they chose to live. You even had other countries afraid of Trump being elected as president. You had one of the prime ministers of Africa, not the entire Africa, but one of the African countries. You had one of the prime ministers personally say that if Trump is elected for president, that we are opening our doors to people who want to come back to Africa, because that specific prime minister knows that Trump wants to get rid of Muslims. Trump wants to get rid of Mexicans, and Trump wants to get rid of blacks. There is no doubt about that. Everybody. I know people in Australia. I know people in Europe. I know people in Japan. I know people in New Zealand. I know people in Britain. I know people in Canada. I know people in Mexico. All due to Facebook. I may not know them personally, but I still know them because we've been friends for many years now. And the mayors, the presidents of every other country has even said that they were afraid for the Americans. You had the Queen of Great Britain even say that she would rather come to America and rule than have Trump be elected president. I seen so many tweets. One of the funniest tweets I saw was, how about America stay single for a while? Or how about we elect a president to see how well they do? On and off, like an on and off boyfriend or girlfriend. And then there was another tweet, and I'm not entirely sure what's going to happen in the next 4 years because we all know the people who do not support Trump, we all know that the bastard isn't going to be in office for 8 years. There's no doubt about that. There's no doubt about that. He is only going to last for 4 years. And honestly, for me, who I want to see run in 2020, I know Kanye West made a joke about it. I don't know if he's entirely true or not about it, but I want to see Michelle Obama run. And if Michelle Obama isn't gonna run, and then Trump is gonna run for a second term, I want to see Bernie Sanders run. And we all know people who do not support Trump. We all know that Bernie Sanders will get the majority of the vote. I guarantee that. Because even the DNC who fucked Bernie Sanders over said that they regret fucking Bernie Sanders over. There was, on the night of the election when they announced Trump's victory, quote unquote victory, there was a scene of Bernie Sanders in tears because he knows how things are gonna go. He predicted 4 years ago, even 8 years ago, what was gonna happen. When he wasn't bad mouthing Obama because he's a supporter of Obama, but he said that this was gonna happen, that was gonna happen, and everything was true. And it was earlier, or it was sometime last night, that I saw another post that said, around this time Bernie Sanders would have won. If Bernie Sanders was going up against Donald Trump, the election would have been over within a heartbeat because the majority of people would have voted for Bernie Sanders. I would even be happier if the bastard got impeached. And if it is, if there's a petition going on, I'm gonna do my research. I'm gonna see if there's a petition going on to see if we can get the bastard impeached, because the man reminds me of Nixon, but not in a bad way. He reminds me of Nixon because he's gonna be fucking impeached from the office. There's gonna be so many fucking scandals going on, and he will get impeached. And he reminds me of Hitler, because the man wants to. He may not want to kill all Mexicans, all blacks, all Muslims, but the bastard wants to kick everybody out. How the fuck are you going to kick blacks, Mexicans, and Muslims out of America when America is the biggest melting pot in the world? how are you gonna? Then you know what? If you're gonna kick out Muslims, blacks, Mexicans, you might as well kick out Japanese Americans, Chinese Americans, Italian Americans, Puerto Rican Americans, Indian Americans, Jewish Americans. You might as well just kick everybody out. You know what's gonna happen? The whole United States will go abandoned because there is no such thing as being 100% American. This bastard is gonna be ahead of the fucking army. This man does not know what to do. I don't care if the bastard. What background does he have? That he went to West Point up in Cornwall. The fucking West Point. The West Point, the school that he went to in Cornwall, because I went to the middle school in Cornwall. The Cornwall middle school is very close to the school that Trump went to. That is the middle school that I went to. I went to Cornwall Central Middle School. That wasn't even a real military school. The man has no fucking background in the military. And he's going to be the chief in command? And he wants to talk about Hillary Clinton causing World War III? No, he's the one that's going to cause World War III. He's the one that's going to cause a nuclear war between us and Cuba and North Korea. He's the one that's going to want so many American men. And the man is sexist, so I know he's not going to want women to be in the military. But he's going to want to cause so many American men to go to war. You know what? His ass needs to go to war to have some legitimate fucking background. He's a fucking celebrity. What influences does he have to run an entire fucking country? Clinton has more influential background than him because her husband ran for president more than 25 years ago. George Bush, as a sucky president that he was for 8 years, he has more influential background than Donald Trump. George Bush was president. Prior to that, his father was president. So even he has more influential background than Donald Trump. What fucking background does he have? What, he has like 8 fucking buildings all over the place? Or he has so many casinos? Or the fact that because all he knows how to do is, oh, my father, when I was very young, loaned me, gave me a loan of $1 million. I don't give a fuck if he gave you $3 trillion. That means nothing. You have no background to run for president or to run an entire fucking country. And I had this conversation with my grandmother on Wednesday. This shit pissed me fucking off. You had people. I'm on my way home from classes on Wednesday. Yes, I'm in college, and you have people on the train saying, "Oh, Trump this, Trump for president, Trump this, Trump." I'm like, dude, shut the fuck up already. I got to the point where I wanted to knock the dude out because I was that pissed off. And I completely agree with people who say Trump is not my president. And I watched one of Leafy's videos. He posted a video 12 hours ago talking about it and saying, "Oh, whether you like it or not, he's the president of the United States." I don't give a fuck. He's not the president because he didn't fucking win. The system elected Donald Trump. Not the popularity vote, not people, the system. And this is the man who talked about the election or the voting or the media being rigged from Clinton's side. This man said for about a week, 2 weeks almost, that shit was being rigged. But yet, if shit was being rigged, how the fuck did you win? Because you have people in your fucking back pockets. And let's look at this picture. Let's look at the bottom half. Quote unquote President Trump. And I'm gonna call him Trump. I'm not gonna call him President Trump because he didn't win. He did not. You even saw it in Obama's face. President Obama and Donald Trump had a meeting in the White House today. You saw in President Obama's face, that he did not enjoy the fact that the bastard won, or quote unquote won, because he didn't win. He did not. So the second half of this picture is, what's wrong with the latest CNN homepage picture? It clearly shows that Hillary Clinton won the final popular vote by 129,448 votes. However, Donald Trump won the presidency by 71 electoral college votes. So once again, the people chose Hillary, but the power structure chose Trump. Like I said, people do not choose the president. You never did, and you never will. And that's exactly what I said early on in this video. Your vote does not count. They tell people, oh yeah, go vote for go vote for this person, go vote for that person, go vote for a third party candidate. Why should you vote? Your vote has never counted. You know who picks the fucking president? The Electoral College votes. That's who picks the president. He may have won 71 more votes from the Electoral College, but America didn't want him as president, because again, she won by 130,000 fucking votes. So please explain to me, how the fuck did he quote unquote win? Why? Because the system is in his fucking pocket. I'm afraid of America's future. I'm afraid for my future. And if I had children, I'm afraid for my children's future. You have parents afraid because he quote unquote won. I believe it was on the news, or I saw a video on Facebook where a mother was explaining that she now has to tell her son why she cannot see the president on television, because she's afraid of what nonsense or what bullshit is gonna fly out of the man's fucking mouth. And another thing that pisses me off about Donald Trump is that he talks about that he doesn't like the LGBT community, but the bastard has the fucking nerve to hold up a LGBT flag, and the flag says LGBT support Trump, or supports Trump. No, they don't. My ex is now married to her wife, and I know a lot of other people who are in the LGBT community that hate the fuck out of Trump, and so do I. I've hated him for many, many years. And the bastard at the very, is saying, talking about Mexicans bringing in are drug dealers, they're bringing crime, that they're rapists, but yet he has a case on him where he raped a 13-year-old girl. He talks about grabbing women's pussy, saying that there's locker room talk. And you want to talk about Mexicans? You know where the majority of America's corruption comes from? Blue collar people. or people who work, bankers. And I'm not talking about all. I don't want you listening to this and saying that, oh, people, I work at a bank. I don't have I don't commit any kind of corruptions. Talking about America's bank, other people, and they want to talk about, oh, if you're Hispanic descent, that you're no good. That all you're gonna do is lie, cheat, and steal. But why is it that people who are in suits lie, cheat, and steal? So many people who work in companies, big companies, cause so much fraud, and they get away with murder. Just because you're from Hispanic descent or some other nationality, just because you have tattoos does not make you a criminal, because it has been proven. It was a mayor, or I forgot his name, but it was the fat white guy, and that's exactly how I'm gonna call him. It was a fat white guy who got caught sniffing or snorting cocaine, and was surrounded by hookers. But instead of him losing, or being kicked out of the vote for becoming mayor, not of New York, it was somewhere else. I forget where it was, but instead his popularity vote went up 5%, while the other person's went down, just because people thought that it was cool to have a mayor, whether he does it again or not, because he did do it, and he even apologized for it. But people care about, oh, we're gonna have a mayor who once snorted cocaine and was surrounded by hookers. Oh yeah, I'm gonna vote for him now. Is that what America has come down to? I fear for America. Other countries around the world fear for America. Canada opened its borders. 2.5 people already moved to Canada because of what they heard. And I bet you, let's just say 1.99 million people already had their bags packed the night of the the uh, the election. 1.9, and this is my guesstimate, of course, but 1.99 people had their bags already packed that night of the announcing of the victor. I saw somewhere on Facebook that Ireland is opening its doors to Americans to come live with them, because they understand how dire this situation is. It is a very big situation. It is a very, very big situation. And I had to go out today, and I'm on my way home in a cab, and the cab driver had the news on the radio, and there was a Trump supporter saying that, oh yes, Trump won, just get over it. And I'm sitting in the car, and I get extremely pissed, and I say to it was out loud, but it was majorly to myself, whether the cab driver heard me or not. How the fuck can you tell someone to just get over something? It's like me telling the person that said get over it that Trump won. It's like me telling them, oh, just get over it. Your grandmother passed away. So what? Get over it. Why are you crying for? Why are you upset for? Oh, your mother passed away. So what? Get over it. Man up. That's how stupid you sound when you say for people to get over it. This is something that we cannot get over, because many people have feared that as soon as they heard that Trump was running for president, that what was going to happen. And look what's happened. Crime has gone up. for black people are getting assaulted, gay people are getting assaulted, Hispanics are getting assaulted. When Obama won the election back in 2008, this never happened. You did not see black people go all over and beat up white people, beat up white gay people, or beat up any other nationality. As a matter of fact, that I remember that day because I was sitting in my 10th grade math class watching his first inaugural speech. And I remember the song coming out from, I believe it was, and correct me if I'm wrong, whoever watches this, that it was Young Jeezy who made a song that my Lambo's black, or my president is black and my Lambo's too, or whatever it was, whatever the song was, way back in 2008. Why was it that the black people or the black community was open to hear and happy to hear that Obama was president? You didn't see the black community go and riot. You didn't see black people go beat up white people, white gay people, and other nationalities, did you? No. The black community was extra fucking happy to find out there was a black president. I didn't vote because I couldn't have voted yet, because I was, um let's see, that I'm 25. That was 8 years ago. Whatever 25 minus 8 is. Right now I'm drawing a blank because I just want to get this off my chest. Honestly, I don't care how long this video is. I don't. If the video is an hour long, let the video be an hour long. I don't fucking care, because I need to get this off my chest. Because I'm not happy. I'm not with my ex no more. She's married to her wife. I even told her to be careful because where she is, I know how the area is. I told her to be careful because I'm deathly afraid to find out what's going to happen. I have a few other people that are transgender, who are bisexual, who are gay, who are pansexual, metrosexual, who don't even know who they are. I even told them to be careful. There was one person on my page who's transgender, and I'm not biased. If you're transgender, I clap my hands to you, and I support you 100% of the way, because you're doing something, or you're being someone or something that you want to be. If you want to be transgender, then you go ahead and be transgender. She put up a post, and it's a guy wanting to become a woman. So I'm still gonna say she regardless, because even on their Facebook, they say that they want to be the known and talked to as a woman would be talked to, very politely, not, oh, you're a bitch, you're a cunt, this, that, I want to fuck you, this, that, and the third. But even she put up a post on Facebook that she doesn't feel safe. The area that she was in, I myself don't know where she is. I mean, yeah, she's on my Facebook, but I don't go stalk down her page. She even said that, she doesn't, please pray for me, I don't feel safe. That's it. It is a sad day in America where you have people say they don't feel safe because a certain person is president. I didn't see white people say they don't feel safe if Barack Obama won. You did not see nothing happened when Barack Obama won as president back in 2008. Crime was, I really didn't even pay attention to the crime. I see it now because it's evident that that the crime has gone up, and it's been proven, statistically proven, that after hearing that Trump had quote unquote won the election, that crime has gone up. Because he's basically the leader of the KKK, and I'm not afraid to say it. And if you're a Trump supporter, you can suck my fucking dick. Donald Trump is a KKK supporter. As a matter of fact, he's a fucking KKK leader. I am not afraid to say what's on my fucking mind. If you are a Donald Trump supporter, you can suck my dick and go to hell. Now, whoever's watching this, so if you have gotten this far, or are listening to me talk, and you think that I'm a Hillary supporter as well, I'm not a Hillary supporter. I don't support Donald Trump. I don't support Hillary Clinton. I don't support the third party candidate. I'm an individual person. I'm an individual voter. If you know, honestly, I don't fucking care who's president. I really don't. But you know what? This is something that's very dire. It's a big, it's a hot topic. It's a hot subject. It really is, because this is something that will change the future of America. I guarantee you that this will change the future of America. So, to my fellow black community, to my fellow Hispanic community, to my fellow my minority community, whether you're Japanese, Chinese, Italian, Indian, whatever the case may be, to my majority community, please be safe, because America has gone to shit. A giant black cloud has came over America, and we are doomed. Please be safe, and God bless.